Good morning, everyone. This is your mentor Shivani Sharma from mentorbuddy.com, and I would like to welcome all of you in a very interesting and important session today on types of interviews and questions. So today we'll be discussing about the different types of questions that will be asked or that can be asked during your campus placement. And today's session is going to be very important for you. Right? So we'll wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. So that everybody can join the session, and then we are going to start. Meanwhile, if you people have any questions related with the sessions, you can ask. Any questions so far related with the past sessions, or if you have anything in mind that you want to ask, you can just post in your queries through the question panel there. One thing more, the last class that we have done was based on resume writing. Last to last session, that is last Sunday session, was resume writing, but still I haven't received much resume from your side. I was expecting a good response that you people are going to share your resume so that I can evaluate it, check it, and will provide you the feedback for the same. But to my surprise, you people have not responded, so I'm not going to organize interviews for those who have not submitted their resume. Right? So if you want to have a mock interview session with me, you have to submit your resume. All those who have submitted your resume on feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com, I will be sharing a link with you so that you can join for the mock interview sessions with me. Right? We'll be arranging it in the next week, and we'll be sharing the schedule with all those candidates who have responded with their resume on the mail. Right? All those who have attended the soft skills test, please share your resume, because when I'll be taking a mock interview session, I'll also be evaluating your resume and will helping you with the required changes. Right? So let us start the session. Any questions so far? Any questions? Am I audible, students? Okay, those of you who have missed the class on resume, I think it will be available on MentorBuddy website. You can go through that. Otherwise, just drop in an email. I'll check with the backend team. Right? As these are all recorded sessions, you can always write on support@mentorbuddy.com. Yes, I am sharing the email ID again so that you can share your resume. It's feedback, FEEDBACK, feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. The resume, see, there is no link for preparing the resume. We have discussed it in the last session. Right? So those of you who have missed need to check with the other candidates also. And please check on the Center of Excellence website. Might be the recorded session is available there. I'm just sharing my email ID. You can connect with me there. feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. Please share your resume, everybody, on this. All those who are going to share their resume will get a chance to participate with me in the live mock sessions. Right? All right. So let's quickly start the session. Today's session is a very interesting session, and I'm sure you all are going to enjoy this. This is the 5th session in the series where we are learning about the different soft skills. Sorry. Right. And I'm sure that once we are going to complete all these modules, you will have a good enough idea about everything related with your campus placement. Is the screen visible to all? Now, in today's session, I want you all to be very, very responsive, right? Then only you will be able to, get the maximum out of the session today. I repeat the email ID that you have to, share your resume on. It's feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com, right? Feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. Please share your resume on this, right? And those of you who will be sharing their resume will get a chance to participate with me in a mock session, because I'll be sharing the invites on email only with those candidates who are sharing their resume. All right, so let's start the session. As you are seeing over here, the session today is about types of interviews and questions. Right. So what is your expectation from the session? The very first thing. I just want to check from you all, what is your expectation from the session? Right? That you want to prepare for your campus interviews. You want to get a fair, good idea about what are the probable questions that you can be asked once you are appearing for that. Then of course you want to understand that how to frame a proper answer for a question, isn't it? Any other expectations from today's session? Students, please respond through the chat. Any other questions or any other expectations? I think we are all on the same track with these expectations. Now let me just share what do I expect from you all. I'm sure that all of you are sitting with a pencil and a paper, right? So that you can just make note of the different questions that I'm going to share. Right, so the objectives of today's session, we will be dealing with what are the different types of interviews, and I will share a list of probable questions and their possible answers. I'm not saying these are the only questions that will be asked or these are the only answers that can be given, but this will help you in getting an overall idea, right, that what kind of questions and answers would be there. Let us frame certain ground rules for the session today. I'm sure all of you are listening to me very attentively. I do expect that you will participate with me actively in the class by, responding through the chat box. You can share your experience through the chat box. Please don't, get into each other's personal domain. Keep a notebook and pen ready. Write down your queries during the session if there's anything coming to your mind. And towards the end of the session, I'll give you 5 minutes where you can raise your queries. Am I clear on this? So let us first start and let us try to understand that what are the different types of interviews that are being used by the corporates these days, right? Because the objective of doing whatever studies you are doing is to get a good placement for yourself. And in order to get a good placement, you have to appear you have to appear for an interview, and you have to come out of it with successful or with flying colors, right? So let us understand first that what are the different types of interviews that are organized by companies or corporates these days. So basically the different types of interviews are, in the last session also we have discussed about this, formal and informal interviews. So the formal interviews are generally taken by corporates in their offices, where you are called, or sometimes the corporates coming down to your college campus for organizing campus placements. And there are certain informal interviews also, right? So where there is no structured format, and the objective behind is to assess the potential of the candidate. It is not very structured or very formal setting that in which these kind of interviews happen, so you can be just your real self there. Then we also have sequential and panel interview. What do we mean by sequential? So suppose you are appearing for TCS, right? So in TCS, let's say we have 3 rounds. The first is the online test that you appear for, where you have to, give verbal ability and aptitude and reasoning. And the second round being the personal interaction or the personal interview round, that is called as PI. And let's say you have to appear for a third round, that is HR round, right? So this is a sequential interview where there are, different steps through which you have to, pass on to complete the entire selection process. And panel interview means when there are more than one interviewer who are interviewing you for assessment of your skills, right? Group interview is more or less like a GD setup, where 3 or 4 or 5 candidates are called together, and there is a panel or maybe a single person asking different questions, or raising the same question and trying to get the answer from all, and maybe the best possible answer gets selected and that person gets an opportunity to get into the next round, right? So that is called as a group interview. So group interviews generally happen when there are more number of candidates and the companies have limited time, to make them qualify or to screen all the candidates. Then we also have situational interview. What do we mean by situational interview? There it is more like a simulation kind of an exercise. Maybe you will be exposed to a real time situation or a real time case study, and you will be asked to share your insight about that, right? So that is called as a situational interview. So you will be a part of a real time situation or a simulation activity or a hypothetical situation, and you will be asked to share your opinion or your feedback or your decision in such a situation. Then finally, something which is happening these days a lot, that is phone or video call interview, right? So I'm sure that all of you are aware of this because of the pandemic, as things have, moved on to the virtual platform. So all the companies are taking either telephonic interviews or the interviews over a video call. All right. So these are the different types of interviews that are generally taken by corporates for, making you all, or for making the freshers or the corporate seasoned professionals as a part of their organization, right? So these are the different types of interview. Now let's move on to the next. Right. So now let us just talk about the different job interview questions and the answers, right? So we'll be discussing answers of the few questions in the class today, as time is a constraint. And I will also be sharing another list of some suggested questions that you can prepare your answers on. And then you can, just share the assignment that I'll be giving towards the end of the class on the email, right? So let us start, let us try to understand the different types of questions, how your body language should be, what are the different probable responses, and let's just, keep the stage setting for a better understanding of this. Let us just go through this video to try and understand it more. So I have selected a video where you can see the captions also, so that if you know that audio is an issue, then you can clearly understand.
Tell us something about yourself.
Just make it to the full size.
Tell us something about yourself.
I have spent the last 6 years developing my skills as a customer service manager for a well-known company, where I have won several performance awards and been promoted twice. I love managing teams and solving customer problems. Why should we hire you? If you hire me, it will be a great platform to showcase my skills.
Is this clear? Is this audible to you? Are you people able to hear this? Please respond to the chat box. Okay. Are you able to read the captions also? Or should I open it in a full window screen? Okay, just a minute. I'll just open it. Yes, I'll just zoom the video, right? Give me 1 minute, please.
I am sure to complete them within stipulated time.
Behind you in your last job.
In order to enhance my skills.
Tell us something about yourself.
I have spent the last 6 years developing my skills as a customer service manager for a well-known company, where I have won several performance awards and been promoted twice. I love managing teams and solving customer problems. Why should we hire you? If you hire me, it will be a great platform to showcase my skills. Whatever goals I set, I am sure to complete them within stipulated time.
Reason behind leaving your last job.
In order to enhance my skill set, I am looking for better opportunities. Why have you been unemployed for such a long time? I enrolled myself for some advanced personality development course with some freelance work.
Tell me your ability to work under pressure.
My self-comment focus on multitasking while being patient. What are your expectations from job? Professional advancement and good future.
Describe your management style.
I will be constantly keeping tab of assigned work with my subordinates and seniors, finishing the assigned job before deadlines. Are you a team player? Yes, the team which I was a part of have successfully completed the projects within deadlines.
What irritates you about coworkers?
I believe in teamwork. Even if I find anything irritating, I try to avoid it unless it personally affects me. How long would you expect to work for us if hired? As long as I feel challenged professionally.
How do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I see myself in a senior position managing the portfolio of this company. Do you consider yourself successful? Yes, apart from appraisals, I think I have earned a bunch of good colleagues in my life.
What's your weakness?
I concentrate on one thing at a time. What is your strength? I am a quick learner and a great team player.
What position do you prefer on a team working on a project?
It doesn't matter till I learn something new in every project. Do you have any question for us? When can I join?
Right. So, any questions from the video? Any questions from the video? Please share your questions if any. If there are no questions, we can simply resume with the slideshow. Okay. Yes, Damini, this is the first round. Towards the end. Yes. Yes, Akshita. The candidate says that when I can join. Right. So, I will share a list of probable questions that you can ask. Yes, it sounded very, overconfident. You may see, I'm not saying that these are the only things which you can make use of, but this is just a suggestive list. Other than that, whatever answers this gentleman has given for the questions that were being raised were very good. Right? So you can always, I will share this question with you all in the presentation that I've planned for today. So just wait for me to come to that slide and then maybe you can raise your queries towards the end, right? Okay, so let's start with a very important question, right? Which you all face, difficulty in. Generally, it is the first question for most of the interviews, but then also majority of the students, they give a wrong answer to this. So the very first question is, tell me about yourself, right? So if this question is raised, okay, fine. So Mr. So and so, tell me about yourself. So how are you going to prepare your introduction? Now understand that there's something which you have already, shared a lot of information about yourself in the resume. So while introducing yourself, you are going to talk about those things that you did not get a chance to share in the resume. Of course, you're going to start with your name. You will give your place information. Like suppose I have to give, so I will say, hello, sir, or good afternoon, or my name is Shivani, and I was born and raised in Lucknow. I have done my master's in management from this institution, or I have done my graduation or my bachelor's in engineering from this institution with this specialization. I'm a fresher looking for a good opportunity to showcase my talent and skills. I have a small family of 4 people, my parents and a younger sibling of mine. Right. So this is how you're not going to talk about yourself, and you, in short, in a line or two, you can just talk about anything that you feel is an achievement which you could not share in the resume. Let us have a look at a small example. My name is Shalu Pal. I live in Mumbai. I have done BE in electrical and MBA in HR. I have 2 years of experience in HR and I have a husband in my family in Mumbai. Right. So like this, you can prepare your own introduction. It should not be more than 3 to 4 lines, right? Unless you are asked for. Is that clear? So this is the first question. Now let us have a look at few tips that you are going to keep in mind when you are talking about yourself or when you are giving your introduction. So always keep in mind, don't narrate what is already mentioned in your CV. This is very important. Focus more on talking about your achievements and what you have learned. Right. So as most of you are fresher students, you can always, talk about your experiential learning in your college life or in your campus life. Make the introduction short and simple. Don't try to make use of flowery English and jargons to make it, that you should sound like an English literature student. Make it very simple and precise. Don't make long, complex sentences. Make short and simple sentences. Is this clear? Right. So the next question, the next probable question can be, why do you want to work at our company? Right. So it is very important for you that if you want to give an answer to this question, you should have done the research or your homework about the company for which you're appearing, right? Let's say your college is organizing a drive for any company. Let's say they're organizing a drive for Infosys or TCS or Wipro or Capgemini, right? You should get the information about the company, where it is headquartered at, how many offices in India across the world, how is the work culture, who is the CEO, what do they basically deal with, what are their top projects, what is their vision, right? Try to get the maximum information about the company, and taking that information in consideration, prepare an answer to this question, that why do you want to work for this particular company, right? So in order to answer this question, you have to tell them what you like about the company, and you also have to relate it to your long term career goals, right? So from here you will get another question, right? What is the other question? What are your long term and short term career goals, right? Or can you talk about your long term or short term career goals? So you have to prepare answer to both these questions in an interrelated manner. That, suppose you are being asked first, okay, so what are your goals, what are your professional goals in life, and then if the company asks, so why do you want to work at a company, you are able to interrelate the answers, right? So if you want to tell them what you like about company, you should have good enough information about it, and you need to relate the vision of the organization with your long-term career goals. Let us have a look at an example, right? So suppose this gentleman is giving, sir, it is a great privilege for anyone to work in a reputed company like yours. When I read about your company, I found that my skills are matching your requirements, where I can showcase my technical skills to contribute to the company growth. Right? So, don't you all feel that this is a very, humble and a very confident answer? It's a great privilege for me that I'm getting the opportunity to work with your organization, and at the same time I am a skillful person, and I feel that what you require is or no, it aligns with the skill set that I possess, right? So you people can just take a screenshot of this, or you can just write down the points which you think are interesting and important for you, and please do make a list of all these questions. You can always prepare these answers, and once we are having a mock interview round with you people, we can have a good enough discussion. Another very interesting and very important question that is generally asked from all the freshers is, what are your strengths? Again, try to relate and map your strengths with the requirements of a particular profile for which you are applying, right? Let's say you are applying for the position of a team lead, or you are applying for the position of a junior coder, right, or a junior developer, right, or a junior or an assistant manager or something like this, right? So you have to keep in mind the requirements or the personality traits that are required to carry out that job, both technical and of course the personal skills, and try to talk about those strengths only. But please do remember, if you are going to say that I'm a hard working person, right, so expect a counter question, that on what ground can you say that you are a hardworking person? So you can talk about this from the extracurricular activities in which you have participated in your college, or you can always take an example from your academics. Suppose you have good percentage, you can always say, I have invested a lot of effort in my academics, and this is proved by the kind of grades and percentage that I've scored in my final semester, or in my degree, or in my the academics, right? So this is one way of substantiating or quantifying these trends that you are talking about. So here you can see a list of all positive words. You can say that you are an adaptable person. I'm sure that you all know the meaning of adaptable. Adaptable means a person who can camouflage with the environment, right? Of course, in a positive manner. So the person who has the ability to gel along with the new environment. Hardworking, honest, flexibility. Now, flexibility or agility is something that is considered as good in work scenarios, because when you have to work as a team player, a lot of times you are required to be flexible enough. Optimistic, the person who always looks and sees positive. Fast decision making may or may not always be good, but you can always say fast decision maker with attention on trivialities also. Triviality means small points, right? So decision making is good, but it has to be based upon logics, right? So you can always say a logical decision maker instead of saying fast. Persistence means ability to to perform in a similar manner throughout the task, right? So that persistence, that consistency is maintained. And self motivated, that you don't always require extrinsic motivation in the form of rewards and recognitions and incentives. You are a self motivated person, and if you're working on a task, you will give your 100% to that. Let us see a probable example of how you can answer what are your strengths. I am an honest, self motivated, and hardworking person with positive attitude towards my career and my life. Right? So, this is how you are going to say your strengths as. I am not saying that please make use of only these words. You can always think about your own strengths and you can write it down here. But this is one of the suggested ways of answering. So you can just add on any adjectives over here. But this is what the, please keep in mind what organization is looking for. In the last session, I have discussed with you that when you are preparing your resume and when you are preparing for your interview, have that you appeal in mind. You are preparing your resume for the organization and you're appearing in the interview for the sake of the organization only, right? So keep in mind what your manager expects from you or the interviewer expects from you. Then what are your weaknesses? This is also a very tricky question. I have seen most of the students saying, I don't have any weakness. Now, do you think that it is, a good answer to give? Let me ask from you. If I have to ask, what are your weaknesses? What will you say? This is my question to all the students who are attending the class. Yes. How are you going to answer? What are your weaknesses? I don't have any weakness, or it's up to you to judge when I'll be joining the class. When I'll be when I'll be joining the job. Now these all answers are absurd. Don't try to give these answers, right? So when you are asked what are your weaknesses, you can just talk about the general weaknesses which all of us do have, but it should not be directly having any detrimental effect on your job performance, right? So anything which is a bare minimum requirement to perform well on this job, you cannot write that as your weakness, right? Santosh, that is not a good answer, because time management and giving importance to time is something that is highly required, right? So let us have a look at the answer for this particular question, because I think that most of the students find it tricky to answer. So what are your weakness? I am a bit impatient when it comes to reaching targets or deadlines. Right. Now you have uh, shared your weakness in a sense that it is going to work in a positive manner for the organization. I'm sensitive. See, as human beings, we all are sensitive. I'm more talkative. Suppose you are applying for a position that involves customer dealing or customer relationship management, then being talkative is good there, because it's highly required if you want to have a good relationship with your customers. I trust people very quickly. I can't say no when someone asks for help. I think somebody from the class has also given this answer. I take decisions very quickly. Now, if you are going to apply for a responsible position, don't say this, because if you are going to take quick decision, you might miss on few things. So if you are saying this as a weakness, you should have the proper background, or you should always club it with the positive statements, otherwise it can go against you. I get nervous when I talk to strangers. To speak lies difficult for me. I'm a bit lazy, about which I'm not interested. See, you have said that you are lazy, but you have again quoted it or supplemented it with something that is of interest for the organization. I'm a bit lazy, but about those tasks or in those tasks which I'm not interested in. Right? So this is, you have to present your weakness in a very smart way, that it should not go against you. Right? Now, this is a probable answer that you can give when somebody asks you, what are your weakness? I can't say no when someone asks for help, and I'm a bit lazy, about which I'm not interested. Right. So for those of you who are not able to determine how to answer this question, they can just pen down this answer or take a screenshot of this, because I find that this is a good enough answer to say when you are asked about what is your weakness. Clear? I think that this session is helpful for you. Right. Now, another question that is asked is, why should we hire you? This is a very important question which is generally asked from most of the students. Right? Why should we hire you? Now, here, what are you going to talk about? You're going to talk about your knowledge, right? But understand here that you should not sound arrogant or rude while talking about your knowledge, right? Don't sound like an all knowledgeable person that you know each and everything, right? But you can always say that I have a fairly good understanding of, let's say, any programming language or any particular, capacity in which the organization is working. So, and I think that this knowledge of mine will help me in working on the different projects that the company is taking now, or it aligns with the vision of the organization. Right? So this way you can relate, or you can correlate your knowledge, your skill set, your work experience with the requirement of the job. You can always talk about, other than knowledge, you can always talk about the skills that you have, and you can try to relate it with the job requirements. You can also talk about the career goal that you have in mind, and you can relate it with the organizational requirements. Right? So try to prepare answer to all these questions beforehand, because they are very, very important. Please don't ever go unprepared for the interview, considering, okay, I know everything. Even if you are a very good grader in your organization, but in your college, but then also, when you are appearing for an interview, we all have butterflies in our stomach, right? And because of which sometimes we are not able to give the best answers that we have prepared or that we can think about. Have a look at this example. So, as I'm a fresher, I have theoretical knowledge, but I can do hard work for my organization, and I will put all my efforts for the good progress of organization. Being punctual and sincere, I can finish the work given to me on time, and I will try my best to fulfill all the needs of company from me. Right? So now this, see, again, whatever you are trying, whenever you are trying to talk about yourself, you need to sound humble and confident. Right? Don't try to say the words which make you sound arrogant and rude. Don't sound overconfident. Right? So this is how you can frame your sentence. Tell me what you know about this company. Now, this is another very interesting and important question. And all of you, I would again like to re-emphasize the point. When you are appearing for an interview, please do your homework before going for any job interview. What do I mean by homework? Try to gather as much information about the company as you can, because if you have good enough amount of information, you will be able to answer the questions confidently, right? Study about the company in detail. Do the background work about new projects. I think I've already talked about all these points. Know the names of their owners and partners, right? You should be aware about who's the CEO of that company or who are the partners. You should know their names. What are the current issues? What are the new projects or new, domains in which the company is venturing? And try to gather some knowledge, maybe names or what the other competitors of the organization are doing. Right. Now, tell me one thing. Suppose you are the interviewer and you are meeting a student for the first time who has completed his or her studies and has prepared, has done, the homework before coming for the interview. Don't you think it is going to have a positive impact on you? Right? You will get the impression that this person is very sincere and he's keen to join the organization. That is why he has done his background work before appearing. Right? Whereas I've seen most of the students, they just are, the freshers, they just come for the interview without even knowing the full complete name of the organization also. Right? So don't ever do this. It is one of, now this is an example. Tell me what you know about this company. If this is the question, a probable answer could be, it is one of the best, fastest growing company in India. The work environment of the company is very good. Now, the moment you are going to say the work environment of the company is very good, the employer or the interviewer might ask, how do you know that the work environment of the company is good? Then you should have proper substantial data. Sir, I have gone through the various websites and the satisfaction ratio or the client, the customer, the employee satisfaction ratio of the organization is among the highest, and the organization is placed in one of the top 10 workplaces in India to work. Right. So now this sounds that you have done the research about the company. People feel proud to be part of the company as company provides full support to their employees in professional front. It has many branches across the world, so I have good opportunity to show my talent. Right. Now, this answer seems to be a well, articulated answer in the terms, which is showing the amount of research that you have done before appearing for the interview, isn't it? So try to prepare your answers like this. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Please do prepare answer for this question very nicely, because I've seen students, fumbling whenever they are asked this question. Okay, so where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Most of them say, I want to see myself, working as a team head. Right. So never give an impression that you want this job just to gain experience and then you wish for something bigger in near future. Of course, we all do wish for the same, but you always need to put it in a manner that it is not sounding bad to the employer also. Keep your answer aligned with the current job role to show your interest in the company. As you have seen, in the one of the earlier answers, I have shown that it was written, sir, I'm a fresher, so I have theoretical knowledge. I want to utilize that knowledge and club it with the practical understanding that I will get with this job. And with the help of or with the unique combination of this theoretical and practical exposure, I'm looking forward to achieve a responsible position or handling a responsible portfolio in this organization. Right. So this is where I see myself 5 years from now. Right. So you're talking about both the aspect that you will get an opportunity to learn and you will be showcasing your talent. And on the basis of this learning, you intend to work well for the organization in the near future. Clear? You can see this example. I see myself working at middle managerial level in the company and leading a team of professionals under me. I see myself working at a responsible position and achieving the desired targets for my organization. Right. So you're talking about that you will be getting the learning from this organization, and in future you intend to serve for the best, or for the betterment of the organization only, right? You're not treating this organization just as a means to serve your end. All right. Now, so generally towards the end of the interview, you are being asked, so what are your salary requirements? And most of the students get caught. right? Because you are not very sure about how to give answer to this particular question. What are your salary requirements? So as you are appearing as a fresher for an interview, never share your salary requirements as a fresher, right? An experienced candidate can share their expected salary because they have a benchmark, right? Let's say that I was drawing 50,000 in my last job or in my current job. So of course I expect a 10% or 15% or 20% increase in that salary or hike in that salary, right? And that hike should always be, justifiable. Depending upon the current market scenario, you should expect a hike, right? So as a fresher, what is the best answer to give? As per the company norms for the job, right? Let us have a look at the example. Please do make a note of this answer, because this is one of the most commonly asked question, which most of the students fail to answer. What are your salary requirements? Sir, I'm a fresher, so salary is not first priority for me. Right now, please focus on this word, not first priority, but of course a priority, because you are working. So you do expect some, financial compensation for the same. This is a big platform to start my career, and I also want to improve my knowledge and skill and gain experience. So I expect a considerable of salary according to my ability and your company's norms, which will fulfill my economical needs, right? So that means you are saying that please pay me something which is, as per my skills and abilities, and of course as per your company's norms, and my economical needs should be met out. Right now, this is one of the best answers that you can give for this particular question. So please maintain a note of this answer. Done. What are your salary requirements? Right. Then another question could be, what are your career goals? So whenever you are asked this question, what are your career goals? Please divide your career goals into two: short-term goal and long-term goal. And remember, I have talked about, the organization or the interviewer might ask, why do you want to join us? So as an answer to that question also, you are going to correlate your career goal with the, organization's mission and vision, right? That is also going to be helpful for you. Let us have a look at the, probable answer to this. So you can say my short-term goal is to get a job in reputed company where I can utilize my skills and improve my career path. My long-term goal is to achieve a respectable position in that organization. Please focus on this word. So that means in the organization where you want to start, where you want to utilize your skills and you want to learn, you want to achieve a respectable position in that organization, right? Now this answer is giving an impression to the person that you are a trustworthy person and you believe in integrity, right? So once you are joining an organization as a fresher, you are looking for a long term career with that organization only, right? So this gives a positive impact or a positive impression on the interviewer also. Finally, what is asked? Finally, towards the end of the, interview, the employer asks, so do you have any questions to ask? Right? So you can always say, sir, I would like to thank you, or ma'am, I would like to thank you for giving me an opportunity to have this wonderful and enriching experience, right? Or so may I ask the salary structure or the salary norms of the company for this position? Or may I know the what will be my place of posting? What will be the job timings? Or you can also ask about the training period, that how long will the training period be, or by when can I get the appointment letter, or is there any probation period also, right? Or is there any transport facility that can be provided? Overtime allowance, if you think you're applying in a factory or in a particular plant, you can ask for the same, but not in a corporate setup, because in corporate setup overtime allowance may or may not be given, right? So depends on the comfort level with the interviewer that you can ask this question, right? So this is a probable answer that you can give to this. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Sir, I would like to know about the job timings and transport facility. May I know what will be my job location, and can I get some idea about the salary scale for this job in your organization? Right. So, and you can always ask about the salary scale, and you can always supplement, sir, as I have to relocate. So I just want to see how will I be able to manage my funds. So if you can just give me a fair idea about the salary structure. Right. So good enough, reason to ask for the details about the salary. So I think I've given you a fair good idea about the different kinds of questions that can be asked. And now you are able to make up your mind in that how are you going to frame your answers to the different questions, right? I would expect all of you to make a note of all these questions. I'm sure all of you have already done that, right? And keeping in mind the expected or the probable answers that I've shared with you, prepare answers to these questions as well. These are some more questions which you can practice. Once you have prepared the answers, stand in front of a mirror and ask the questions to yourself and try to give an answer to these questions, right? So that you will get a fairly good understanding and practice of this, giving these kind of answers. At the same time, focus on your body language also. Your body language should be very humble. Now, the next sessions that we'll be taking up in the series of the soft skills training would be on verbal and non-verbal communication. So in that, I'll be covering up body language, specifically body language during interview. So that will give you a fair good idea about the same, right? You can always take a screenshot of these some more questions that you can practice. And once we'll be meeting for mock interview sessions, I will be asking questions from this list only that I have given. Try to add on more questions to this list, right? Generally you will be able to frame the, if you have prepared all these questions properly, I don't think any probability that you'll be, yeah, that you'll not be able to answer any questions that will be asked from you, right? So I hope everybody has noted down the questions or taken a screenshot. So this brings us to the end of the session for the day. Thank you so much for your time. Now, as an assignment, you have to answer any two questions from the list that I have shared. And as an answer, you are going to record your video and share that video with me on feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. I will be going through that video and will be sharing my evaluation and my feedback on the same. This will be helpful for you in facing your campus interviews with more confidence, right? And as you all know that all of you are receiving your webinar, these sessions, certificates, e-certificates on your email. I would like all of you to upload these certificates on LinkedIn and tag us at Quantum Learnings, right? So that we also get an idea how our students are getting benefited from the sessions, right? So let me just quickly take you through how you are going to register yourself for our upcoming webinars, as we are going to have a lot of webinars in the series. So what you are going to do is you will just go to centerofexcellence.com. And as you'll go to centerofexcellence.com, there you can see two logins, college login and student login. Click on student login, and here you have to put in your email and password. Your email is the registered email with your college, and your password is the registered mobile number with your college, right? So what you have to do is then you have to log in from here, and the moment you are going to log in, on the left hand side you can see a lot of resources that are available for you. From here you have to go to technical webinars, and the moment you will go to technical webinars, you will find the list of the webinars that are available for you. As you can see, all my webinars listed out here, right? So we have our webinars till 5th of August. You can book your seat in all my webinars. My webinars will happen every Thursday and Sunday. Thursday timing is 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. and Sunday timing is 11 to 12 in the morning. You can just book your seat for all the webinars that you can see over here, right? All these are the soft skills webinars, and you can also see some technical webinars also lined up here, right? So you can register yourself, and all these webinars are absolutely free of cost for you. You will get the benefit of, you will be understanding a lot many things related with soft skills, and you will also be getting the e-certificate for participating in this webinar. You can view the details and book your seat from here. Another very important thing for you is you have to go to learning resources, and you can see a lot of content available for you free of cost related with aptitude test preparation. Here you have reasoning, quantitative and verbal. I teach verbal and soft skills. So let's see, you go on this. Here, as soon as you click on this, it will redirect you to MentorBuddy website. So those of you who want to log in through MentorBuddy website, they can do it from there as well, right? Go to company tests. So here it's all verbal ability. If you'll go to company test, you can see soft skills here. Go to soft skills, click on the soft skills, and you can see a skills test already uploaded on the site. Very soon we will be uploading the second soft skills test for you, right? So you can appear in that and you can identify that what is your learning from the sessions, right? So this is how you are going to complete the soft skills test, and all those who will be doing the soft skills test, their resumes will be evaluated. They'll be getting an opportunity to participate in the mock interview sessions also, and we will be providing them with the complete report of theirs as well. Right, so am I clear on this? Any questions so far? Because I have completed whatever I had to say related with this. Right, you have to go to Center of Excellence and technical webinars, and you can book your seat from here. Right, so that's it from my side, and as promised, now the last 5 minutes for taking up all the questions if you have any. I'm sure that it was helpful for you all, right? Did you all like the session? Please do write to us as the feedback of the sessions also, and if you want us to include something more that can be beneficial for you, that will also help me in understanding that whether you are getting the benefit of the sessions or not. All right, thank you so much, Tushar. If you want to get the recording of previous classes, please do write an email on support@mentorbuddy.com. So thank you so much, students. This brings us to the end of the session. If you have any questions, you can ask through the chat box. I'm available for the next 3 minutes so that I can take up the questions. Those of you who are not receiving mails, please write on support@mentorbuddy.com, or you can just log into the Center of Excellence as I've shown you the website right now. Just log into that website and register for all the webinars. Thank you so much, Cinderella. I'm sure that you are going to get the benefit of the session. Thank you, Damini. I am trying my best that you people can enjoy the sessions. feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. This is the email ID through which you can connect with me. Thank you so much. Those of you who are not receiving their e-certificates, please write on support@mentorbuddy.com. Yes, see, the interview questions, the tips and techniques for preparing resume and all, everything is beneficial irrespective of which field you are going to enter, right? Soft skills session are useful for all the fields which you are going to enter, right? Okay, those of you who are attending the session for the first time, please ensure that all of you are going to register yourself for the coming up webinars also. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm again sharing both the both the Gmail IDs through which you can connect with us. One is feedback, FEEDBACK, feedback dot mentorbuddy@gmail.com, and the other one is support@mentorbuddy.com. Right, I'm sharing both the email IDs. Please do connect with us, write for e-certificates and everything. And please share your resume and the assignment for today's session, because I will be making a separate group with those students only who are connecting with us on feedback. And I will be taking mock interviews of only those students. Those who are interested, only they will get an opportunity to be a part of the mock interview sessions, right? Yes, Ratan, please share your your resume with me on feedback.mentorbuddy@gmail.com. I will be helping you out with the corrections so that you have your final resume ready with me. Centerofexcellence.com. Santosh, centerofexcellence.com. CENTRE, Center of excellence.com. Right, so you all can visit the website and register yourself for the technical webinars. Thank you so much, students. I'm sure that all of you have enjoyed. Very soon we are going to have a mock interview session also. Thank you so much. See you all again on Thursday at 7:30. Thank you.